Hey everyone, this is Hazardous Opinions, and I have my co hosts with me, Eric and Andy. And today we're going to be discussing a very, very special film to me, at least to me. And it is from the year 2014, and it is called Spring. And I'm very excited to discuss it with these guys, even if they have good opinions or bad. I'm just messing.
Hazardous.
Yeah.
Hazardous. This is where the
Beware.
hazardous description comes in. So be ready.
Caution advised.
In a movie we might actually disagree on for once.
I can't wait.
Yeah, this one, like you said, it's from back in 2014, a pretty recent one-ish. Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead did this one. They do some interesting projects together. I like their work. Some of their work. This one's starring Lou Taylor Pucci and Nadia Hilker, and this one can be viewed on Tubi or AMC Plus. So Tubi's coming in again to give you those free movies to check out.
Thank you, Tubi.
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't watched this one in a while, the basic synopsis of this one is we have our main character, played by Lou Taylor Pucci, of course, Evan, who's a young cook, and after losing the last of his family, he kind of decides to take some time and go to Italy, where he's always wanted to go, and some other reasons put him there. He meets some friends there he hangs out with, and eventually meets a girl who he quickly falls in love with. It turns out she has some dark secrets to hide. She's a very interesting person, and after finding out her secret, Luis, played by Nadia Hilker, he tries everything he can to get her to love him back. So what do you guys think of this movie?
Eric, you go ahead.
Man. So I like this movie like right at the end. I probably didn't enjoy it as much throughout the whole movie because I thought it was a bit dull. But yeah, that's the truth. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to give this like a mid. So like 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't hook me. I wanted to get into it. I just couldn't. Felt like it went to several different directions before it actually went to right there at the end where it started to make sense and then it ended. So, yeah. Andy?
Yeah.
Son of a-
Disappointing. I, of course, like seeing both our main characters in this. Both Lou Taylor and Nadia. I'm aware of both of them and like them, and I like, of course, Benson and Moorhead's work. And as soon as I seen this pop up with the Draft House Films logo, I was very excited that they were a distributor for this movie. I was like, oh, I couldn't go wrong with Alamo, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like this one as much as Hunter obviously does. I liked a lot of aspects of it and some concepts, and at points this did feel like a cheap indie film that was going on nowhere. But by the end, probably the last 10 minutes or so, I was pretty into it. I think that saved it a bit. So probably about a 6.5 for me.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm
I
sorry,
can
bud.
I can start off by saying you both are wrong.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, well, okay, since this is near and dear to my heart, before you guys stomped on it, I'm just kidding. I'd give it a 10. I just
Holy shit.
I do. it's a complete movie to me. I have seen it about 10 times, about, like, if I can round up, and I cannot find anything really wrong with it. And I mean, yeah, maybe like you guys were saying, there might be like a couple things, like basic things wrong with it. But to me, and what it means to me, I think just elevates it. So I won't say it's a perfect movie. It doesn't have to be in anybody's eyes, but I, yeah, I got to say that it is to me, just because of like my feelings towards it, and just how much it picks me up every time I'm down. I'll throw this on, or any other of my comfort movies. It's a comfort movie to me, even though it's a body horror movie kind of, but like there's love in it,
Yeah.
obviously, like a love story. And I will also start off by saying, me as a person, when I'm very passionate about a certain thing, I get so overwhelmed to the point of not being able to express my thoughts. So please, throughout this podcast, everybody bear with me through it,
No,
because I
I
have
get it.
so many amazing things to say about it, but I can't
Yeah.
express it without stumbling over my freaking words sometimes. So just
I
gonna give
totally
that
get that.
warning. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do want to give a huge shout out to Nadia Hilker, the main female protagonist there. She's a big character in The Walking Dead in some of the later seasons, is where I know her from. And she does really good in this. Despite me not liking the movie so much, I thought she was a very standout role in her acting.
I'm really glad you're actually familiar with her, because before this movie I wasn't, because I didn't view the later seasons of The Walking Dead. So yeah, it
I didn't
was really
either.
refreshing to see this new actress on the scene for me, you know?
Yeah, I liked her a lot. And Lou Taylor, I'm a little less familiar with. I know he was in Evil Dead, the newer reboot.
Yes.
Didn't really know him much other than that, and a couple of You episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say he's definitely a treasure. Like, I like him already, and it's really nice to have him as Evan, as the main character, and to be on this journey with him. And that's the first time I saw him, was in You season 1 for the first couple episodes, and also Evil Dead 2013. I didn't realize that was him at the time of first watching it. But after You and after watching Spring, I'm like, wow, okay, that is Lou,
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, like you can't recognize him, because like usually he does have shorter hair, but in that one he's got like a little bit of longer hair and a beard, I want to say.
yeah,
So that kind of threw me off, but
yeah. And I do want to focus on positives a little while too before we break your heart a little bit.
oh shit.
I do want to say I really like Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead's work, and I like that they're not afraid to get into weird topics and weird concepts and just go for it,
Yes.
even if they don't have a lot of money to put towards those projects. Like we talked about, this movie only made about 50,000 worldwide release, and I think I can see a little bit of the budgetary constraints, but they do well with what they do have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that both of them are also, like, for everybody listening, if you're familiar with the Moon Knight series from Marvel, or Loki, the series. They directed a couple episodes of Loki and also helped produce it, and they also helped on Moon Knight, like, overall. So you can definitely see the sci-fi of their minds poking out in Loki. They love to do sci-fi projects, and it's very interesting, like you said, Andy, that they go for it, and they do very out there stories, especially this one. I mean, this movie's basically, have you guys seen Before Sunset, or Before Sunrise, Before Midnight, that trilogy?
Nope.
So I'd say it's this movie's a mix between Before Sunrise and any like body horror movie, Lovecraftian body horror, which is just incredible mixture. And before sunrise, it's basically just following like a man and a woman just walking through a foreign city together and just talking about all different topics and deep things and just falling in love. And one of them has to leave at sunrise. So yeah, just check it out. I mean, I didn't explain it the best, but it's a lot of talking. It's also a very good hang and very amazing script.
Yeah, before sunrise and before sunset are both in my watch list. I think they're both top 250 is why.
Yes, yeah, no, they are regarded as amazing movies, and this one of the reasons why I love Spring is it reminds me of that, and kind of like a conversation set in reality, really,
Mhm.
is what I feel. It's not too scripty or just totally written from one perspective, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that is one of my major pros, and what something I liked about the movie is the dialogue all feels very natural and real,
Yes, thank
which
you.
works in the way that like it's nice to hear natural, non-plastic dialogue, but
Yes.
also sometimes you have those really long, awkward real life pauses that may not serve as for great movie, but
Yeah.
Movie time.
but I did like that it was very realistic. I'm like, these just feel like real people.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I would say like the beginning, we'll start there with Evan's mother passing away. It's very sad, and you don't find out much about their relationship, but you already feel the loss
Mm-hmm.
to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes total sense that he's in a down place, in like a downward spiral from here on out, and it sets up the rest of the film, like him traveling to Italy and yeah, finding Luis.
Yeah, and I really like that fight scene or the semi-fight scene. He just kicks the crap out of that guy. Evan packs
Yes.
quite the fucking punch.
He
Yeah.
does. He does. And hey, I'll agree with you guys on kind of the maybe qualms or issues that you guys have with this movie. I do feel the low budget a little bit in the beginning there. Like it is kind of cheesy how he hits him and stuff. And
Yep.
like I would say some of the beginning I'm not totally down with and like am captured with, but once the Italy, like him traveling to Italy starts, that's all it for me, and it's perfect.
I I know I wasn't going to talk about the cons yet, but while we're in the intro, I'll say I don't think I felt anything about the mom. I felt like it all just went too fast and then it was gone, and it just I don't know. It didn't feel like the huge loss that Evan feels. Like it didn't feel like it was built up the way that he was reacting to it.
Well,
Okay.
you like that's not your mom though. So like obviously like you're
No,
not
I
gonna feel as much as he is, but like you can
That's not Andy's
empathize with
mom.
the guy. He just witnessed his mother dying, bro. I,
no,
I'm,
I
gonna, I'm gonna take countryside on that. That definitely
Thank
took
you.
the
Thank
out of
you,
me.
Eric.
I get that. I'm just saying, like from an emotional movie standpoint, like they
Okay.
don't put it in the right context. I don't know. Like he, like you never hear really any mention about it other than like one conversation later with Nadia, which I think that conversation does work. But other than that, it feels like quickly forgotten and moved on.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, I was thinking that too because his mother dies in the beginning, and then like he gets into a fight, and like that was like mostly the reason he was told to get up to go to Italy. That was just like I get like his mother dying is like one thing, but like getting to a fight, that's like something completely separate. the dude wanted a cigarette and he was a douchebag. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I feel like I don't know who he was talking to on the phone. Do you remember who he was talking to?
On the
When he
on
was
the
in
phone?
Italy, I think
Yeah,
he's
before
calling
he
back
just like
to
he
that
told
friend
that
that
lady
told
next
him
door, he's
off.
like, "Hey, should I go to Italy?" And then
I
he
love
just up
that
and went
part.
to Italy.
Oh, he was on the airline with the airlines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, trying to figure
Oh,
out,
that's
like,
what it
where
was.
he could go. Yes, when he
Yeah.
was in the taxi with that lady, yeah, and I I love that he just asks, "Hey, where should I go?" You know, like, it's
Yeah.
just so random and it's just kinda spontaneous, you
Yeah.
know, and, like, he doesn't know what he's getting into, and look what he gets into, guys, you know,
Yeah.
like, it was kinda just fateful, and yes, his mom dying and the fight are separate, and I feel like he's evading the cops as well as, like, he kinda like I said, he is in a tailspin, like a
Mhm.
personal tailspin, like, "Where do I go? What do I do
I
now?"
think he's
Yeah.
running more
You know?
from the loss than the cops, it seems.
Yeah, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's kind of a mixture of both, which I really like. It makes sense to me,
Yeah.
and I'll say this, guys, it's a movie,
It
so
is.
I'm gonna roll with it, and I like how it sets up the story,
Yeah.
and, with his mom passing away, and, we don't even know how long she was sick. I'm guessing it was for a long time, like, because it seemed like Evan knew what he was doing while taking care of her, and I've heard from quite a few people, like, in my life where, one of their relatives are gonna pass away soon, and they kinda just know it, and
Yeah.
you kinda come to terms with it before it happens.
Mhm.
So it didn't feel out of the norm for me, even though it's never happened to myself. It's just, yeah, it it comes up to Luis because it's important for her to get to know Evan. Did you guys like kind of notice how she was a little irritated that he wasn't giving personal details to her much because he
A
didn't want
Yeah.
little
to talk about
irritated.
it? Yeah,
She
a
was
lot
pretty
irritated.
pissed.
Yeah, okay, she was pissed. But yeah, like, he didn't wanna bring it up, and that was for a reason. It wasn't to keep secrets or to be shallow or anything like that. Yeah, didn't really wanna talk about it. It was, like
Yeah.
it was still hard on him.
Yeah, I will agree with you now that you brought up that point about, kind of that maybe he already accepted the loss if he was dealing with it for a while.
Yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
I feel like
Yeah.
his reaction kinda told us that, like, and I don't blame you guys for, like, really, noticing that or feeling that. Like I said, I've seen this movie 10 times over, so it kinda clicks with me because
Yeah.
I have been digging for that stuff, to, like, fully understand the
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
I like when he does get the flight. It's a nice scene for picking out where to go. And
Yeah, I
then
love it.
he's just on the flight then, and then you see like 10 empty shooters on his table tray. And you're like, okay, yeah, he's going through some shit. Also,
Exactly,
like,
right, yeah.
why did they not cut him off?
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
a lot of
know.
moves.
I don't
It's
know,
like, yo,
man.
Wizard
Yeah.
Harry.
It's like, is he flying first class? Did he like spend all of his inheritance on a really nice flight to?
Yeah. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
airline shots are not cheap.
Yeah,
Oh, I
And
believe it, yeah.
I'm wondering if he just spent all his money on this trip. He wasn't planning on going back. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, we'll get to when he gets to Italy and like kind of the path he follows and getting a job and everything. But
Yeah.
Eric, you mentioning you're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah.
I never noticed that in the movie until
he does look like Draco.
like two times ago when I watched it for like
Yeah.
the eighth time. I'm like, oh my god, he's watching Harry Potter on the plane. Like
Yep.
I never noticed that
Oh,
originally.
that.
So that's funny that you noticed it on your first fucking watch.
Yeah, I was watching it, and then he said that. I laughed because I'm like, I was getting drunk and watching Harry Potter on a plane. I'm like, that's kind of just a offshoot like thing to do.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. That would be a plane movie because they're like all fucking long.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you're referencing that Lou Taylor kind of looks like Tom Felton.
Do you think so?
I think so. And his picture when he has the full blonde hair,
I thought he
not
was
shaved in
Tom
this.
Felton. I'm just
No.
kidding.
We've been mentioning his name, Eric. Get with the program.
Yeah,
God damn.
they have a similar look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
go
like
ahead,
him
Andy.
in that movie.
Yeah, no, and Harry Potter's comfort to me too. So I'm like, wow, this just adds to it, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I will say too, the main score, the piano piece that kind of plays very like kind of slowly, you know, that entrances me. Like every time, I love the main score piece. Like it's just amazing. If I'm saying that right, I don't know music that well, but
No, like I know what you mean. Like it's definitely interesting. When I first heard it and like it wasn't anything that like stuck out to me at first, but the more I heard it, I'm like, wow, this is really like this movie, and like the whole music was the vibe,
yeah,
you know?
it's heavenly. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I definitely I agree with you. I like the music.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Pretty sure that was all written for this one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Had to
sure.
have been.
Yeah,
I
I
never
haven't
heard it
heard it.
anywhere else.
No,
Well, I
no.
guess I don't listen to classical, but like
I don't listen
yeah,
to a lot of piano pieces, but
right. Yeah.
Like
and
I didn't recognize him is what I mean from like anything
Yeah.
else. So
oh, sure, I get you. I would also say the British pair of guys, his buddies that he
Oh yeah.
encounters. Oh my god, they really help.
A
Like
lot of
on
cool
the
quotes
beginning of
there.
this journey, like they add some levity to it, and it's just interesting. Like that he just runs into these guys and they're taking him all over.
I think that's a really good like depiction of accurate male relationships though. It's like,
Definitely,
hey, how you doing, dude? You want a beer?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want to go check
You
out
want to
stuff with us? And then you
you want
just
to
start
travel?
hanging out. Like they had nothing in common, but it's like, yeah, let's just hang out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, like a tourists, you know, they're just like they link up. Hey, let's like, yeah, just explore together. I guess you know
Yeah, they're
what
just
else
That
are we
must
gonna
be
do?
just a Europe thing, or like anyone. I don't know. But that's the only time I see like tourists linking up is like when they're in other countries. I
yeah. I don't
guess.
think we have
Yeah,
hostels in the U.S. that I'm aware of.
No. Well, what's the difference between a hostel and a hotel? I thought the hostel was just hotel
Host-
in European.
I think hostels are just for travelers, right? Well, I mean, all hotels are for travelers, but like hostels are for like tourist travelers, right?
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
I wish I could say I'm
Hotel.
smart enough to know, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that answer.
Hostel.
Yeah, I always assumed that they were just for like out of country people.
Okay, could be. Yeah, are you looking it up?
Yeah, with the purpose of a hostel. Lower costs and opportunities to meet people from different places, find travel partners, and share travel ideas.
Yep,
Okay,
makes sense.
It's hostels are popular forms of lodging for backpackers.
Yeah, so I
They're part of the sharing economy.
hey guys, should we go to a hostel?
think we
Let's do it.
should. Hopefully, it's not like hostel.
Yeah, like
No,
movie hostel.
let's
Yeah,
please not
All
run into that
three of them.
situation.
like Tim
Yeah,
Roth's hostel. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure that single movie series scarred so many people from ever staying in hostels.
yeah,
We'll go to
yeah.
the hostel, man. They got serial killers in there. It's like what?
I like so when he does meet Nadia, what's her character's name? Luis.
Luis, and
Yeah,
yes,
I usually
Luis,
just go by
are
the
you
actor's
ready
name.
to
It's
my
easier.
group?
it is because I mean, like you know, actors and actresses play so many different characters. It's tough, you know.
you
I get you.
when when she's first chatting with Evan, and she's like,
Yeah,
"Leave with me," and he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Don't say yes. You don't know this girl." I'm like, "He's
Yeah.
gonna fucking kill you." And then he actually
Well,
starts backing out of it. I'm like, okay, good man. He's
yeah,
glad.
Yes, yeah, like, yeah, what did he say? He
Like, "Okay,
says,
coffee tomorrow?"
I
What?
wanna make sure you're the crazy I can deal with," or something
Yeah.
like that, like, yeah, he was smart about it, it's a
yep.
stranger, and
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, I was hoping this wasn't gonna turn into, like, a horror movie thing where it's like, oh, she's actually a serial killer, but she decides to spare him or something.
Oh,
I was
sure,
like,
yeah.
"Hey, what is this gonna turn into?" But, yeah, I'm glad that he was actually, like, a smart character and, like, seemed cultured enough to, not to just go with random strangers when you're in Europe.
Definitely, definitely,
The look on
and
his face though when she first said that, I was thinking like he's gonna say yes, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, because he was just like kind of dumbfounded that she would actually say that, and I'm like, he's actually gonna say he's just gonna do it. And then
Yeah.
she was very forward, wasn't she,
he was, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you come to find out later for a good reason.
yeah,
But, backing up from that, when they actually talk to each other at the kind of bar, which is a really cool, like, little hangout spot that I really enjoyed. But the sequence where Evan is walking through the town in slow motion and seeing Luis for the first time, so magical to me. I could watch that over and over. I love that.
Is it the same scene where the old blind lady is, like, coughing at him from the window to, like, tell him where she is or something, and then he starts
what?
following her? Or is that later?
No, no, that's later. It's when he's with the two British guys, and it's like, yeah, the whole like sequence once they get into like the town circle or square or whatever, and they're
Oh,
walking
yeah, when he leaves their
towards that
table and
bar
stuff.
spot. Yeah,
Yeah,
like, and he sees her in that red dress, and wow, it's just so like I don't know. I'm entranced by it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling what he's feeling right now. Just
yeah,
this amazement, like he's looking all around his surroundings because he's in such a different place. I'm sure he hasn't traveled much, caring for his mom. And then
I don't think he traveled at all. I think,
exactly.
one of the cool things about Italy is because he mentioned, like, "Oh, my dad always wanted to take me there."
Yes. Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah,
And
I do remember him saying he's only been to California, Mexico, and Italy. Like here, so
Yeah, yep,
yeah.
there we go. Good details, guys.
And
Okay. I
then
appreciate
he
you.
only went to Mexico because he was in California and it was right there. You know what I mean? So it's like probably like Tijuana or something.
yep, yeah,
Right.
Tijuana right there. Baja,
Yeah.
California. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but just so entrancing when she gets up, from her seat and stuff, and he, like, keeps looking behind him and staring at her, and it's still slow motion. It's just, it's right out of a storybook, like, yeah, it's
You
just
know,
amazing.
but before we get kinda more of a reveal of what she is and what she's doing,
Yes.
I thought this was gonna turn as some sort of hostile film, like, just the way that some of the scenes were shot and, like, the almost, like, grainy yellow filter they have. I'm
Okay.
like, there's gonna be something brutal happening.
Yeah, yeah, you really don't know where it's going, and that's also what I enjoy about it until the reveal happens, which we'll get to.
Yeah, and it just turns more sweet with a little bit of, "Oh, you're a weird monster."
Yeah, yeah, sweet with the side of danger, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's also what I love about it, 'cause,
a little bit of
lo
spicy ketchup.
love is sweet, and it's also dangerous, guys. I mean, yeah. Also, yeah, what you were talking about, Andy, where she said, like, "Leave with me," and everything like that, like, their first meeting, like, actually talking to each other at that, like, little bar hangout thing, it's flirty as hell and mysterious at the same time because she's coming on so strong. And
Yeah,
Nadia Hilker is so charming and beautiful. And Evan is very upfront and even offers a date after she might go home with another guy. Like that, she was kind of like pointing back towards the other guy at the bar.
yeah.
Oh my God. Like, hey, Evan, good for you, man. Like, you're respectful. And his British buddies just top it off when they're sitting at the table and they're kind of egging him on. And when he gets rejected by her, kind of, he sits down. They're like, "Hey, like I'll do something with you for free or
Yeah.
whatever."
You're looking for long term, ask
There,
him, he'll do it.
yeah, there
Yeah,
we go. There we go.
That was
Exactly.
funny. That I laughed at that.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it was great.
It all just feels very like natural, like I was saying, like very real people. I like that.
Yes. I haven't, like, when they start getting to know each other and stuff, like, I honestly can say in a film or any story, like, I haven't seen a connection like Luis and Evan have.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's what really hops out at me too. Just the way they talk to each other is just so different. It's not just a generic, like, romance, yeah,
yeah. It's not
type
a Hallmark
movie,
movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's not super cheesy either, like,
And
ever, you know?
they're so they get to their like first date, and she's leaving and stuff, and he's trying to keep up with her, and he's like, "The fuck do all these like Italian coins mean and stuff?" And he's just like, "Fucking leaves all the money."
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't even know how much he's paying for the drinks and stuff, yeah, and she's just like, "Come on."
Yep. She had to do that like 3 times in a movie, 2 or 3 times, where she's like, "Oh shit, it's happening
I
again."
gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, she does it,
I
yeah,
gotta
a
poop,
couple times.
not monster things. Goodbye.
Yeah.
He doesn't question it at all, like any of the times.
No, no, I know. I mean,
Like he's just so infatuated with her.
I will admit too that she is kinda like she's smooth with it actually though.
Yeah.
It's not too unrealistic. It's like, "Oh, like, sorry, yeah, gotta go, like, yeah,
Yeah,
super
Yeah.
tired,
it could
got work in the
be
morning."
I'm
construed
gonna
as like
admit,
hard
like
to
every
get
time
type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah, especially how she acted, like, the first time talking to
Yeah,
him, like, you just don't know, hard to get, right? And, like, moving on from that, when they're walking through that museum too, and she's, like, really playing hard to get still because he's, like, asking her, like, "Hey, will you go out with me?" So, as soon as Luis mentions evolutionary genetics, you wanna know even more about her. It's very interesting that, like, she has a job that she has and, like, studying that stuff. It's like, "Okay, where is this
yeah.
gonna,
That's a good
play?"
point, because I wondered why they showed us her job at all. I'm like, this means something.
It
And
it
like, this is a
does.
very like smart job too. It's not
Yeah.
something you just like pick because you need a job.
No, definitely. Yeah, agreed. And, later on, there is also so many hints to Louise's history. Like when she mentioned, and I love rewatching this movie because of this point. She mentions her ex boyfriend needed to conquer everything, like,
oh my
and
god.
talking about her biology, like the messed up hormones and the languages she speaks, like Sumerian and stuff like that, where she's lived, and medication that makes her skin sun sensitive. Sometimes she craves meat. There's just,
Yeah,
when she's talking to Evan, there's all these hints towards the reveal, but you never really put it together fully, and that's why I love rewatching it and hearing their conversations. It's like, "Oh my god, I didn't pick up on that before," and
I
it makes total sense now.
definitely didn't catch the conqueror thing. That's a really neat tidbit.
It is, yeah, and she mentions it so, like, she leaves out enough detail to where, like, it sounds normal. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Until the reveal.
yeah. It
Yeah.
sounds like a normal thing you'd say.
Yeah.
And I really liked the, what do you say? Evan replies back, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't really speak dead languages and stuff." And
Yes,
I'm like,
yeah.
then this is what at that point I'm thinking like, oh, she's a vampire or something.
I was thinking she was like a demon
Yeah,
or
I'm like,
something. Like it was in
she,
tongues.
It's interesting hearing your guys' guesses now. Like,
yeah,
I honestly can't even tell you guys what my guess was, that, like, who she actually was when I first watched this movie.
Oh
yeah.
man.
I
I
was
had so
pretty,
many guesses.
I was pretty sure there was a vampire, especially like after the first turn scene in the alleyway when she kills that guy,
Oh,
and then
sure.
later I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, did I just see her in that light or something, or miss something? Because now she's like a weird squid thing.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
So I was
Yeah.
like, am I missing something, or is she turning into different monsters?
Yeah, for me it was like it was vampire because when she ate that cat. Then I'm like, and
Poor
then we
cat.
seen her
Yeah.
transform, and I'm like, werewolf. But
Yep.
no, that's not it. And then I seen lizard woman, and then
Oh,
I'm like,
sure.
no,
Yeah.
that's not it. And then yeah, it just proceeded to get more and more messed up. So
Oh, then
I
Yeah.
she was an
honestly am
animorph at
still
some point.
confused on like what, but I don't think it. I don't think that's the point either.
But now you understand. Yeah, it's just all the evolutionary genetics and different species kind of just coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just different animals, creatures.
Yeah,
And
mixed
yeah,
with human. Yeah,
yes, and the first time, yes, like, her face was pulsating and she had like sharp teeth. Didn't know what the hell that was really. Kind of looked like a vampire. I could see that. And then the second time you see her, it's yeah, that reptilian type thing with a long tail when she kills that American tourist.
Yeah.
And then a whole mixture of shit when Evan finds her on the floor. That
Oh
was
man,
nuts.
dude. I
Yeah,
what?
yeah. And like that's also, Andy, when you do say this is a low budget independent film, and you can kind of tell at times, like I did mention in the beginning, it kind of pokes through a little bit, and that's okay. I'll accept it for, what it is, and that they had the budget for this, that they had. But, you know the biggest thing, them filming on location in Italy is a huge thing to me. I love when films film on location and you can actually tell it's like it's there, it's being filmed there, and it really adds to it. And also I would say, like, with the whole effects on Luis and the creatures she turns into, honestly did a pretty slap up job for that too, for what they had.
it was pretty
you
good. It
know
was realistic. Yeah,
yeah, I'm so glad they didn't like CGI a bunch of that shit, like a lot of films tend to do nowadays.
yeah. I You definitely feel the coastal vibes watching this movie. Like you
Oh
feel
man, I
like
love
you're
it.
on the edge of the ocean the whole time.
It's such a hangout, and it's just it's like you're transported there, and that's what I love about movies, when they transport you to different places and different times and different situations like that. This movie is that for me.
I'm gonna be very disappointed if I finally go to Italy and I don't meet some weird lizard monster vampire girl.
In a red dress in slow motion, and then saying, "Go home with me,"
Yeah.
and you kindly, smartly turning her down like you should, because she's a stranger.
For a future
And
date.
then, God, I could explain this whole movie. Yeah, yeah.
I I did make a note. I'm like the at the 45 the 45-minute mark. I'm like, okay, now I'm actually interested. So like around the halfway mark, I can't remember exactly what happened. I think it was the I also had a comment of no, not the bunny. So I think it
Oh
was that
shit.
ritual scene where I'm like, okay, I'm digging
Yeah.
this now a little bit. And I think that's
Really?
where the movie started to go upwards to me.
Okay, that makes me happy to hear. I didn't know you actually enjoyed like a section of this. So thankfully. Okay.
Yeah, I would
Just
say
Okay.
just
hated the whole thing.
the first 45
Yeah.
minutes is what brings it down for me.
Okay.
Everything after that, I think I enjoyed for the most part.
I'll take it. Okay. Okay. I really like that you said that. Thank God. Okay, that is something I can work with, Andy. I don't hate you anymore. So just messing with you. Oh yeah, I did forget that other transformation where she was sacrificing her bunnies. Why do I always forget their fucking names?
Cause she's breeding them to eat them, right? Is what they were saying. Because he made
Uh
the comment to like, oh, they reproduce really fast. She's like, "Yeah, uh-huh."
I believe she does. At first, I thought it was because of the work she was in and,
Mhm,
the genetics and everything like that, but it would make more sense because that's what I love about Luis as a character too. She really, really goes out of her way and tries not to do something bad,
mhm.
to someone, and she does what she can. And she mentioned the hormones she needs are in the rabbit's brains. So it makes sense.
Oh,
The
okay.
stuff that she needs. Yeah, yep. It's a chemical hormone in their brains that she needs, basically.
Hmm. So on that one alleyway scene, maybe that wasn't our first transformation, is when the super American, macho, he's wearing the American shorts and
Oh,
everything,
fuck that
being
dude.
an annoying asshole.
Yeah.
He goes from catcalling her to literally trying to rape her within like 2 seconds in the
Yeah,
alleyway.
Dude, I
that
know.
escalated
Well,
so fucking quick, man.
you know what, guys, though? Like, he was intoxicated, like,
Yeah.
extremely, and we could already tell what kind of dude he was. I'm really not
Yeah.
fucking surprised, honestly.
I'm
No,
I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, like, it was an insane twist of
Yeah.
like,
I did
I thought
quickly
a little bit was I thought like a little bit more was gonna happen before he just straight up tried to rape
tried to
her,
pull his dick
but
out,
like
I
yeah.
know.
he just
I
walked
didn't
up and then just started doing that. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the
dude.
fuck does this guy think he is?
Yeah, like
Anyways,
yeah.
So
but
no tears over his death, of course.
yeah, no tears over his death.
I was
But
gonna say that as well.
yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything more than that. I don't know why. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
anyway, then Eric's like, I got nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna like. I think I was gonna say something, but then I'm like, wait, I said what I wanted to say, so
I
Eric,
did
whatever.
I was really waiting for a profound thought.
I know,
So
me too.
I'm waiting. I'm still waiting.
I did note for that scene, like, dope monster design, though I was sad that obviously that one didn't stick.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I get you. It was kind of quick, but you can understand because of the budget, and I don't know,
Yeah.
like I
Well,
appreciate that it kind of went quick there, and you're like, oh fuck, okay, like this is bad. She just actually killed someone.
yeah, that's
yeah.
gotta
You
be
know,
cheaper than the tentacles though, right? Like, because they did the tentacles, like, 2 more times? That one appeared more.
To
two
be
more.
fair, they were on the floor, and they could have been.
Well, there was the scene on the floor there, and then when she's
Oh, and
I
in the
think when they're hooking
shower.
up in
Fuck, I
the
forgot that one too.
The
I think
shower.
it's not when they're hooking up in the car. There's another scene where they're kissing or something, and she, like, has to hide the other arm. Oh, in the church.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
One of my
I was kind of
favorite.
just hitting on the main
The
points.
freaking old lady turns around, she's like, "This is a zombie over there."
Yeah.
Yeah, she said there was a
A zombie was
zombie.
doing heroin.
Yes,
Yes.
zombie was
Yeah,
doing
because
heroin. That's what it was.
she was injecting her like meds, like to help her. She thought she's doing.
She straight up like half her face is like all messed up, and then
It
Evan's
was
like,
like
"Yeah,
a
we gotta get out of here. People are staring."
She's like, "Oh, I got something on my face."
yeah.
She just keeps talking about her story.
Oh yeah,
I,
no,
I
I
found all
love
that really
Luis.
cute, though.
It is, dude. This is just like it's an amazing love story with something like a big wrench thrown into it that is so interesting.
The
And
sorry, go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, the 45 minutes to probably when he finds out is better, of course, than the first 45. But then when he finds out to the end, I think is where, like, this is a standard. I actually just enjoy this movie.
Okay.
Because, like, once he finds out and he's just trying to get her to love him back, and he like she's telling him all this exposition, and I'm like, okay, I'm into this. Like, this is just a cute romantic thing with the weird monster.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
for sure. Like I can see how you're viewing the film now, honestly. And I I appreciate what you said actually. And okay, like sorry, backtracking a little bit. When so like the night that they have sex, when when they're getting like when the flowers start to grow and they're getting physical with each other, you're really wondering, especially when her face is pulsating in the morning and has sharp teeth. Like that's where it all starts, and that's an amazing kickoff. And
Mhm.
the flowers just growing. It's like, oh, like what's going on here? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I had to
yeah,
rewind that back a couple times. I'm like, did I see that right? Because it happened so
right.
quick.
I did that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like, "Wait, what did she just do?"
yeah. Oh, like with her face
Yeah, when she
in
did
the
the
bed.
quick screech before it cuts to the alley. I'm like, "Wait, what?"
I like
What?
that it's
Yeah.
very
What did I
subtle.
miss?
Honestly, I like that it's subtle and it's like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
he's laying right beside you, and like, yeah, it's crazy. And then after the night they sleep together, it's like what a cute moment when Luis acts like she doesn't know Evan after their night
Oh,
together
yeah.
in that
Who are you?
like shop. Yeah, it was just so nice. Like, yeah, who are you?
I felt so sad after that. I'm like, "Did she, like, actually, like, change or something?" And
That's what
then
I thought too.
she's like, "Oh, I'm fucking with you." I'm like, I felt the same thing as Evan in that moment. I'm like, "Oh, thank
Dude,
God."
right. You feel it. That's what I really like. It just gets you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like moments like that between them. And like I also said too about their conversations during their dates. They talk about such truthful and insightful things during their conversations. Like, you know, talking about men and women and what they think and how people interact and act. Like,
Mm,
it's so interesting, and they say such like, "Oh, okay, you got a point," you know?
Hmm.
They say things like that, and you're just, like, kinda nodding along with it, and you're like, "Yeah, this is a nice, productive conversation."
yeah, I like all their, chats that they have together.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you agree.
So when she is turning, for the first time, when he sees her for the first time on the ground,
Yes.
inside her house, was she wearing a bald cap? Like, it kinda looked like it. I had to almost
She
pause it. I'm
was.
like, "Is this just mid-transformation weird skin stuff, or is she just wearing a bald cap that's really noticeable?"
I would honestly have to look again, because every time I see that scene, I am looking basically like kind of at the tentacles and stuff because it's like, whoa,
Yeah,
those kind of pop out to me. So I have to look at that again,
okay,
but
because
I'm not
it
sure.
kinda distracted me because it looked like it was starting to come off in the process, and I was
Okay,
like, yeah, it just caught my eye, and I'm like, "I think she's just wearing a bald cap."
Yeah.
okay,
It
I'll have to look
distracted
at that
me.
again. Okay, fuck. All right, yeah, I'll have to look at that again.
Yeah,
Because like when she turns back, or when he gives her the shot, turns back, you see her hair growing back. So her hair was
yeah,
gone, but obviously it wasn't gone. So she had to been wearing a bald cap.
yeah. It was just noticeable and, like,
Yeah.
takes me out of it a little bit way, but Evan is down bad, like, astronomical, because he still
Y-
finds out, and he's like, "Yeah, but,
Yeah, he was still with it, dude.
you
Yeah.
know, you wanna
Well,
get together still?"
okay, hold on. No, there is a very nice part with that where he's really struggling with it and the concept. So,
Yeah,
like,
he does a little bit.
she helps the situation a lot because, she
He freaks out momentarily, but then he's like, "Okay, but, like, you're not gonna eat me, and then we can, continue on here, right?"
okay. But guys, do you want this film to be an hour long where he's really wrestling with this shit? No. No. So I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Okay, fucking moving on,
Okay,
I think it would have benefited it being a little longer, honestly.
we can cut the scenes
God damn
with
it.
I like the scenes with the farmer, but cut the scenes with
Dude,
immigration
Angelo.
police
Okay.
when he's running from them for some reason. I don't know if that's just supposed to
No.
be like a
No.
Immigration.
Dude,
continuation of, like, he can't escape his thing, but
dude, he was working illegally.
yeah,
So
but,
of
Oh,
like,
course
because you have to have
something's
a
gonna
work
come up.
visa
Yes, yeah. So, dude, yeah, no,
because
I
he's not
would
paying
keep that
taxes.
scene because I love how he asks Angelo, should I like run now? Angelo's like, yeah. He just hops
Yeah.
out of the fucking truck and runs for the trees. I love it, dude. Uh,
But I was wondering where they're going with all that. I'm like, is this supposed to be like a sense of urgency, so he has to leave the country, and it just doesn't feel like it pays off? Is that why they
It
do their
seems like
road
there's
trip?
a lot of like one-off things that are just there just for added concept. Like he's working illegally. It's just basically what it's saying.
so yeah, so it's the consequences of working there illegally, you know?
But
Yeah,
what's the payoff from that? From those?
I don't know.
He goes off with Louise after that.
Do they?
And they almost run into them again, and he's like, "Oh, we gotta go." Like, and then they go on their road trip. Like, he's still like running away, basically,
Mm,
by doing that. So it does make sense.
Okay, that
yeah,
makes it. I guess that makes a little sense. I got the feeling that from his road trip, he wasn't leaving Italy though. That they were still in Italy.
Yes.
So I didn't get like I don't know. I guess they're running to a different place in Italy.
Yeah, I mean, just getting away from the police that almost caught up to him,
Yeah,
and they don't know where they're going because they didn't see him.
yeah.
When he was with Luis, at least they noticed where he was with Angelo, but
Huh.
yeah,
That part
and
felt weird about to me, like the running from the cops thing.
okay, okay. I I will say Angelo is a wonderful human.
He is.
He is amazing, and when he says, "Okay, Italian women, the best," and you know what I can say right now about my wife, Bosnian women, the
Bosnian.
best,
Yes, in the
the best.
the Victor crew. What's his last name in the terminal?
Oh my God, Bosnian
oh,
women.
Krakozhia.
Kirkuk.
Bosnian women, the
Yes,
best.
the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I was waiting to say that. Oh my God, my wife is gonna give me so much shit after hearing that.
Krakozhia.
Oh, good Krakozhia. Okay, moving on. Should I talk about Luis's biological situation a little, like
Sure.
in
Yes,
depth?
yes. I have questions.
So Luis's biological situation is actually very intriguing and an interesting concept I haven't seen anywhere else. Like I kind of mentioned, you guys, and regarding story, that's a win in my book. And her trying to hide it makes it that much better while they're like on these dates, and kind of just gives a lot of that mystery. And when it's finally revealed, Luis is 2,000 years old. She's the woman, all the paintings of the woman with heterochromia, it's
Yeah,
called, with the one green eye and the one regular eye.
Yep.
And every 20th spring, she gets herself pregnant, and her body uses cells in the embryo to recreate her while she changes into different creatures, like during that process, kind of resetting and turning into someone different. Like she said, she won't look like she told Evan, she won't look the same after she transforms. She won't look like she does in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of takes the genes that are in that. How can I say it?
The
Like in
embryonic
the
cells and stuff like that.
in yeah, in the embryo
The
or whatever.
stem cells or whatever it was. The guy
Yeah,
recognized, or Evan recognized the term. He's like, "Oh, so you're like rich people who like eat children, right?"
right. There we go.
stem
Yeah,
cells. The
Yeah.
stem
yeah.
cells.
Yeah.
And she reveals that she avoided using a condom during intercourse to purposely get pregnant with Evan. And she also revealed that if she falls in love, the hormones will stop the process of like her turning into something different, and turn her mortal. And Evan asks if she's in love with him, and she replies she's not, and would not give up her immortality for anyone.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which is good. I like that it's actually realistic. It's usually like, "No, I love you. Yeah, I'll give up."
No, yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
just so easy. It's like, no, no, like that last 24 hours they have together is very essential to that, I feel. And like the ending is a natural progression of Luis actually loving Evan. And I like how it's not that easy and sappy, where it's like, "Oh, yeah, I love you too." You
I
know,
Yeah.
like
is
I
she
like him checking in. He's like, Do you love me yet? Do you feel different?"
Yes. Yeah, no, I love that. It's just so it's so natural, it's so nice to me, and, like, she's been living how long? She's been through how many lovers? Like, it totally makes sense to me,
Yeah.
that she can admit that she does. And, I mean, we'll get to the ending, but, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll explain more of that, but
I like that he asks, "Well, how many people have you been with?" And she's like, Do you really want me to count it out? Like, I've been around for this many years, so
two
not a
1,000.
lot.
2,000 years old.
Yeah, so probably around
So
200-ish lovers.
damn, yeah, and, like, yeah, when she turns, like, yeah, every 20th spring, so she's, would she be 20?
2,000 divided by 20 is 100. So 100 lovers would be needed.
Mhm. But she's not
Okay.
exactly 2,000, right? She's, like, over 2,000? So,
Over
somewhere over
2,000,
100.
Yeah,
somewhere
that's
around
kinda just the
2,000.
estimate that I found, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because she was around for, like, Pompeii and stuff. I think that's way
Yep,
before
that's
BC, right?
that's where her family died, was Pompeii. Yep,
Okay.
yeah,
I like that she's really good about giving you rational explanations of how she kept up her identity and stuff. Like, she seems a very, like, realistic about it. Like,
yeah.
it's not like Age of Adeline where it's like, oh shit, she got caught right away and then was on the run about hiding her identity. Like, Louise here like hides it really well, and she's like really in depth about her process of doing all that, and very smart about it. And she like actually acts smart, like she's been around for 2,000 years.
Exactly, like, and then you're kinda not so surprised about her job, and she's, like she's trying to better like I said, Luis isn't that, kinda monster that just goes on a rampage whenever, and it's like, "Oh, it's okay." No, like, she wants to stop it and, like, help it, so she is studying genetics and stuff, like, her job coincides with her basically like, kinda curse, I
Mhm.
guess, like, what she is. So, that's also very interesting, and you can see how she's so intelligent.
Huh. Also, she was about 1950 years old, or 1,950.
Okay, so close to 2000.
Did quick
Alright.
math. Vesuvius was in 79 AD and erupted.
Damn, dude, I'm impressed that you did math right here. Okay.
Um, I like the little jump scare when he was getting close to her. I think it's after they have sex in the car and they're sitting like on the edge of the rock or something.
Oh my god,
And
yes.
she's like, he's getting real close to her, and he's like, "Well, do you love me?" And then she like was turning or in the middle of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, dude. No, it's like, you know, most movies like this, I feel, would have Luis maybe kinda turn into the different creatures maybe 3 times. Like,
Mhm.
once in the first act, 2 in the second, 3 in the third act. But, like, it's kind of it's full on, but there's also, like, hints of it, like, in the car when they're about to have sex, like you said, when
Yeah.
they're on the rocks and her arm turns into, like, that, like, tentacle that kind of blends in with the rock.
Yep.
And there's just so many times, and also the shower where he comes over to her place and she has to run up to the shower and
Yeah.
she's feeling all of her skin.
I love
That
that. There's just blood everywhere.
dude, that was so good, and then he finds that needle too, like, there's kinda hints to him as well that something's up, but he doesn't know exactly what.
How would you approach that though? He's like, he clearly likes this girl a lot. He's like, so you do drugs or something, or
Heroin much? Or
yeah.
Yeah,
He-
dude.
He's like, so like I won't judge you, but like, can you explain this needle I found?
Right. I'd like kind of an answer to this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then he feels
Yeah.
bad because she says it's a medical condition. He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
I know. And hey, actually, like, and when she tells Evan, I have never lied to you. Actually, guys, if you rewatch this movie, she never has. She never did lie to him about anything. Like, especially when I mentioned that stuff about her mentioning her old boyfriend conquered things. She has a skin disorder that's sensitive to the sun, shit like that. Like, she never lied to him. She just didn't reveal the whole truth, which I really liked that scene where she said, I like have never lied to you, because she hasn't at all, you know? And it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might be right. I was trying to think. I thought there was one time she did, but I can't remember.
No, actually, yeah, never. I've been through it 10 times. Swear to you guys. Yeah, I don't think she ever did. She just didn't really like reveal the whole truth sometimes. She answered all of his questions
Yeah.
and she gave the right answers. Yeah. So I felt like the script there was very like interesting to me and like very nice, you know?
Yeah. Very cute ending.
And yes, yeah. Now that we're at the ending, I'll go a little sappy now because this is where it hits me, guys. So I will say, love can really take us above and beyond, no matter where we're at in life and what we're going through at the moment, and if we believe in it or not. And it can happen upon us at like unexpected times and at any moment. Me personally, me finding my wife is evidence of that, I feel. And it's exactly why this film will always stay with me. Like, at one point in my life, I was also wondering about my purpose and if I would ever find that love I was longing for, you know?
Hmm.
So like, yeah, that's kind of why I do like have a special connection with it, because I just kind of recognize myself in it, you know. And this movie just has like a unique way of showing that Evan and Luis love each other unconditionally. The love and connection is beyond Luis's circumstances, stronger even. And you know that it's real because of what Luis knows about her situation. That like fictional plot point sums it all up. That's what I love about stories, and it's simply beautiful, you know?
Yeah.
And also, like, at the end, the monologue when Evan is telling Luis about love and simply being human and mortal just takes your breath away. Like, to top it all off, Luis remains her current self because she finally found her person after all these years. And Jesus, like, the camera movement going closer to Evan as he goes on while you hear Luis changing is chef's kiss, guys. Like, amazing. You know, I love it.
That final scene is very well done.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Like, yeah, just everything Evan says, you're like, you're feeling it too. And you're like, yeah, like you're just nodding your head along with him. But yeah, okay. Sappy shit over. You guys go ahead.
I love the fact that you love this movie so much. I'm happy for you.
Thanks, man. Okay, Eric, I don't know how to take that, but thanks, man.
No, like hearing you talk about it and how you like it. Like, no, I actually mean that though. Like that, you know, that was nice. Like for some reason, like I was looking at it a different way than you are, mainly because like I don't really get into the sappy shit, but like, like you
Sure.
putting it in perspective of, your situation, like I empathize with that. So I really appreciate that.
Dude, I really appreciate you. Like, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that. Thanks, Eric. I also don't hate you anymore. Okay.
Now
All right.
kiss.
Yeah. We made up. We made up. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have nothing else on the Spring. I thought it wrapped up well for a movie that did not start off well. So
Okay. Okay. I'll take the wrap up. At least it ended well for you, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
it did definitely get me in my feels by the end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The
Yeah.
ending was great.
I tear up basically almost fucking every time towards the ending. Oh man. I'll
Like,
admit it, guys.
man,
All right.
I love that. I love that for them.
Oh man, it is just so beautiful. And it's just, yeah, like it's not your typical love story, of course, because you got that Lovecraftian body horror mixed in it. And like I just think it's a work of genius, just the story of it, you know. And from the outside it can kind of seem so simple that Luis is hiding a secret from Evan and everything like that. But when you get into the details of it and her, like what's actually going on with her, it's really special and unique, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think good romance movie, bad horror movie. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
wouldn't say this is a horror movie, honestly, but
It's a
good romance
mixture.
movie.
It's a half and half, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I get you. Definitely.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Do you have anything else to tell us on Spring, Mr. Hunter?
Oh man, no, I just appreciate this outlet for, you know, letting me kind of say all my thoughts. I don't think I've ever said all that. It's kind of just sat up in my head and like kind of just sat with me while I continue to rewatch it and have it as a comfort movie.
Yeah.
So like I just really appreciate you guys giving your opinions and, you know, letting it out yourselves. And yeah, like thank you guys for listening. I'm sorry I went on a little rant about the ending there, but
No, you're good. I
That's
think
okay.
you've helped us analyze this movie a little deeper than we seen it on the outset.
Yeah.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. I'll take
I for
that.
sure did
No.
not understand it until you explained it.
Okay, good thing I've seen it like 10 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I was hoping that, you know, like I can totally understand you guys watching this once and kind of getting those initial thoughts.
Hmm.
And, you know, like it was a different story for me. Like I loved it the second I watched it. But I totally get where you guys are coming from and like I appreciate that outside look. But yeah, I was just really hoping to kind of give you guys more insight if I could and stuff like that. So I'll take it as a win in my book. Yeah.
It's like reminds me of I watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things with Jesse Plemons,
Oh my god, dude,
and
that movie.
I did not like it going through. And then I watched explanation videos afterwards because I'm like, I need to know what the fuck does all this mean.
I
And
know.
then
Yeah.
watching through it again, I'm like, okay, now that I understand it, going through it again, I'm like, this is actually really good. But
Yeah.
yeah, the first time through, I'm like, it wasn't for me.
You know, same with me. I needed to read up on articles about it. And once I kind of got the explanation, and I did watch it when my, you know, kind of film and story knowledge was kind of at a low. So I feel like that didn't really help me while watching it.
Hmm.
And I was kind of just lost. But yeah, wow. Like I love movies that make you think. I will say one that I can think of right now that makes you think, and you might still not under fucking stand it. Tenet.
Yeah.
Dude,
Tenet.
Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan, I get it, you're smarter than us. Don't like I can't. I
It's
can't.
all
Yeah.
filmed in reverse, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Dude,
Eh,
nuts.
but I watched explanation videos, and I still could not explain it to my partner.
exactly.
What
That's what I'm
is the
saying.
thing? I
Yeah.
was like, I kind of get it, but I'm like, I couldn't get it enough to explain it to someone, so I didn't really truly get it.
No, you
Yeah.
can't grasp it enough. And yeah, no, I just totally agree with you, Andy. Like, yeah, it's nice to kind of like get another take on it after you watch it or something like that. Like, yes, I'm thinking of ending things. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that movie was as deep as it was. I just thought it was confusing right away.
And I knew there was something deeper to it because I'm like, Jesse Plemons, man, you're too good of an actor to be just jumping into a shit project.
Yes, to choose something like this, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't just jump into something weird like this. At
And
least I was trying to think he didn't, and yeah, I'm glad I read more into it.
also the actress Jessie Buckley, she is very good too.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, so I get you.
yeah. If you do like Spring, there is a movie called Let Me In with Chloe
Oh.
Grace Moretz back from
Mhm.
2010. I feel
Mhm.
like this was the closest movie I could think of that kind of relates to it, where the
Fair enough.
girl is an interesting monster and it's kind of a love story, but also horror.
Yeah. No, I do somewhat remember that movie. I might have to rewatch it.
It's a Matt Reeves one. So
Oh, no way. I didn't know he directed that. Wow. Okay. You just made a revelation.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And the main character boy, Cody Smith McPhee, he's in like Power of the Dog. He's the skinny one that Benedict Cumberbatch is talking to in the movie.
Okay. Haven't
Kirsten
seen
Dunst.
Power of the Dog, but
Oh, okay. Never mind then. But yeah, he's really good in that
sorry.
movie. I'd recommend it.
Okay. Okay. For sure. I knew that movie was up for awards and everything. I will admit right now on the podcast before we keep doing episodes, I'm not a big fan of westerns.
It's
Westerns?
more of a
Yes.
Oh, I'm right
yeah, it
with
is a
you, dude.
western, isn't it? It's really sad. It's a love story, but with a lot of trauma and western stuff, of course.
Okay.
It's it's pretty deep without spoiling it. But
All right.
Benedict Cumberbatch is in probably one of my favorite performances I've seen him do. Kirsten Dunst is really good in it, and of course Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. Okay. I enjoy the performers. I just knew it was a western, and that's why I stayed away from it. And that's my own bias. I will admit. I should probably watch it. I believe that it's a very good film to
You live in
people.
the frontier and doesn't like westerns.
Dude, I know. All right. I'm not meant for this place, guys. All right. Eric, sorry. What did you say when I said I didn't like westerns?
I just said I'm right with you.
Okay,
Like
thank God
I'm not a
somebody
fan
agrees with
either.
me.
It takes
Okay.
takes place right next door in Montana.
The only good Western
Okay.
I like,
Okay.
the only one I think is good is
Yeah.
Django, and I don't even know if you want to consider that one a Western.
It kind of
Dude,
is.
yes.
Gunslingers, yeah.
Django is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you
I
want a
agree.
really good western, you should watch Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Dude, yeah, that one's just like
It's so
that's like
funny.
movie 43. That's just
It's
like
a
that's just
comedy
nuts.
though. Yeah, it's different, instead of a drama western.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, oh, I'm with that.
I
Okay.
know it's not actually western, but it's really good.
No,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. And I mean, would you guys consider No Country for Old Men western?
Yeah.
Oh
Takes
man.
place in Texas.
Okay, so
What?
I like that movie a lot. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeehaw! It's in Texas. All right, it's
Texas,
already a
it's a
western.
Western.
Any
That's
movie in
Southern.
Texas is a western, right? Like Sicario. Sicario's in
Okay,
El Paso.
Sicario?
ooh, I wouldn't say Sicario is a western, though.
I know. I'm just
I
stereotyping.
I wouldn't fucking
Stereotyping
a. I
Texas.
love that movie, Andy. Don't fucking step on my shit. All right.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men is definitely a western type in my
Okay.
eyes.
Yeah, and I do like that movie. So like I'm a little picky with it, I can say then.
And that's Coen Brothers who also did Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Oh, they did. I didn't know they did that movie actually. Like I know they've done Fargo and Blood Simple, and you know, have you guys seen Burn After Reading?
Nope.
That's a spy movie, isn't it?
Kind of. Yeah. So it's like a spy comedy type. I mean, it's not totally spy, I would say, but it's like it's a good comedy with a lot of like famous people in it.
Yeah,
It's very good.
I have seen it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I did like that one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I do want to recommend a movie to y'all. It's
Oh,
called
y'all?
Yeah,
Texas?
yeah.
Y'all, yeah, all right.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, go ahead, Andy.
This one's from the same year as Spring, back in 14.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game movie, which Eric knows I'm a huge fan of. It's called 13 Sins. Have you guys seen this one?
13 Sins.
13 cents.
No, I
13
have
cents.
not.
Can I
Is that
look it
related
up?
to Sin City?
It is
Hold on.
not. So, if you guys have heard of Nerve, it was a newer movie, came out a couple of years ago, 2016, with Emma
I've seen
Roberts and Dave
Nerve.
Franco.
I've
It's like
seen Nerve.
that, but better.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I have not seen this. I'm adding it to my watch list on Letterboxd right now.
It's
You don't play the game, it plays you. I love
basically
that
it takes this
tagline.
guy and he's getting these like phone calls and text messages and stuff, and they're making him do increasingly more stuff for more money,
Mm-hmm.
and it just ramps up and quickly gets out of control when murder gets involved. And yeah, it's a very good movie if you like these weird fucked up game show things.
Damn.
So yeah, if he
Okay.
completes all these 13 tasks, then he gets all the money. And very well done.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I added it to my watch list just because of you, Andy. So thank you.
Thank you. It's good.
Of course.
You won't be
Yeah.
disappointed.
And I saw Ron Perlman right there, and I love Ron Perlman. So I'll
Oh yeah,
take it.
he was in that. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
one of the cops in it. I almost forget about him. He's a pretty small role in the movie.
Oh shit! I don't know why he was on the cover picture on Letterboxd then. But all right, yeah, okay,
Yeah, it's mostly Mark Webber, the main character, and then Devin Gray's his brother. He's in it a little bit.
okay,
But it's
for
mostly the
sure.
main character running around doing these challenges.
Awesome. Okay, Eric, what do you got?
I recently seen A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It's about Mr. Rogers.
Mr.
Where
Rogers.
Tom Hanks plays as Mr. Rogers. It's good. I never. It's not like I was like expecting kind of like a documentary type thing, but it was actually like it told a story of this guy that's like looking into. He's like an investigative journalist, and he usually tears down like all the people he writes about because he gets in and like tries to find dirt on him, and then he gets assigned Mr. Rogers. And yeah, it was like he was just like trying to find something. He's like, this guy is just too nice, there's gotta be something wrong with him. And yeah, he talks with them. Mr. Rogers is actually like really cool dude. I mean, obviously it's not actually him, it's Tom Hanks, but like
Mm-hmm.
from what I've seen about him, like he was actually like a really cool dude. And if this is the movie that represents him, like it does it so well. So yeah, that's my recommend.
Okay, all right, yeah, I might have to check it out just because of what you said, Eric. And I wonder, like, was that actually a real thing that somebody looked into Mr. Rogers like that?
Yeah, it says it's based on a true story of real life friendship between Fred Rogers and journalist Lloyd Vogel.
I think
So
Really?
Hanks does a
yeah,
lot of
Okay,
real life portrayals. So
he
I think
does.
the movies he usually chooses are pretty well researched, like Sully and Phillips and all that. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
also like, kind of the terminal. I mean, not exactly,
not
but
yeah,
like
exactly, but
based on a
yeah.
true story, Catch Me If You Can.
but yeah, like we talked about in that one, they did like paid the guy and stuff, and made sure that they were taking good liberties and not spinning it the wrong way.
Right,
So
right, for sure. Okay. So it's a rewatch for me, but last night I checked out Violent Night for the second time, and I figured I would just mention that because, Christmas time, and I feel like it's, pretty relevant right now. But after watching it the second time, I honestly appreciate it more. It's really like a fun hang.
Mhm.
Honestly, David Harbour kills it as Santa Claus, literally kills it. but like it's from the producers of John Wick, and honestly, like the violence and the kills in it, I could compare to like some John Wick action. I mean, it's not as well choreographed and like these big sequences like John Wick, but you can just get little hints of it, and I can appreciate that. And more of the lines are pretty cheesy. If you look at John Wick too, honestly, Keanu Reeves does give quite a few cheesy lines too in there.
I'm
So
thinking I'm
it's in the
back.
same vein. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's cheesy shit in there too. I don't know. I can just appreciate it because it really it feels Christmassy so much, and I love quite a few of the performers in there. And probably one of my favorite parts in it is when they incorporate Home Alone, but it's fucking violent. Violent Home Alone.
So they
And
got the traps and stuff.
yes, when the little girl sets up some traps. Yeah,
Sweet.
have you both seen it?
I
Yes,
haven't.
I like it.
Okay.
Violent Night. I'm gonna watch Silent Night, and then I'm gonna watch Violent Night. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, yeah.
I
Hey,
don't
both
know. Like
nights.
I do want to watch it though. It was just something I missed out on last year.
Eric, I think
You'll
you
like
need
it.
to check it out. I think
Yeah.
that would be in your vein
It
of
probably
movies.
it probably is in my wheelhouse.
I
The way you
promise.
explained it.
I promise, dude. It's so fun. And David Harbour, like, you gotta love the guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's in
yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Yeah, he's a likable guy.
Yep.
And Taimi Workala, the director on that one, did Dead Snow, so I think you'd like it even more with that, Eric.
Oh, sweet. Dead
Wait,
Snow.
Yeah,
Dead Snow?
yeah, the Nazi
I haven't
zombies.
I haven't watched that, but I've always heard of it. He directed that, huh?
Yeah, directed, wrote
Oh,
it. He did a lot of stuff with it.
holy shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dead Snow was nuts.
Okay, I'm checking it out. It's got a 3.0 on Letterboxd, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say an IMDb. I'm like, oh my god.
I was gonna say like it's not that bad. Holy
Guys,
shit.
it was a horrible fucking movie. I'm seeing terrible reviews on it.
Yeah.
IMDb shit on it. Rotten Tomatoes. God, the list
Yeah.
goes on.
It's a 6.3 on IMDb. You can watch it on Tubi.
Oh, Tubi. Perfect.
You know what
Okay.
a good Nazi zombie movie is? What's
Overlord.
Overlord. That's what I was thinking of.
Dude,
Yeah.
Eric.
So
Oh my
good.
god. Did we just read each other's minds?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh my
you
god.
knew what I was gonna say.
Dude, we're connected.
We are.
Holy. Oh my god. Okay.
Andy,
good thing we're
assimilate.
co-hosts.
Assimilate. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to overlap you there.
Dude, all three
So
of us
we
should have
all
said it at the
assimilated.
same time.
Oh,
We should
man.
have said it at the same time. Dude,
Assimilate.
Overlord, so amazing, dude. I love that movie.
Yeah. Isn't Wyatt Russell?
Yes, Wyatt Russell, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we talked about him during the Thing podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Overlord.
he's a big role in there. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was good.
one of the first times I saw him. Oh man, good. Yeah, good recommendation there too.
Yep.
I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, definitely. Me too. I only seen it the one time, and that was
I-
however long ago. 2018. Damn.
2018. Yeah.
I think so. And
I still think about it sometimes.
I have it in my movie collection too. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pop that in.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to watch that one again. I've only seen it the once.
Okay, so should I watch Dead Snow tonight? You guys are saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Dead Snow. It's. I mean, there's snow on the
It's-
ground now. I mean, it's just
Okay.
fitting, right?
Or Andy 13 Sins, because that was your recommendation as well. I'm not gonna leave you out. Sorry.
Depends what your vibe is, but yeah. Yeah, either one of those is good.
Okay. Because yeah, I do kind of want to check out a movie tonight.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, if you guys want to send us some horror movies to watch, not tonight because this isn't going up tonight. If you want to send us some horror movies to watch in the future, for when we want movies, send us messages to hazardsopinionspod@gmail or on Instagram, or shoot us messages in the Discord. It is live forums that we can chat with. Download the app and click the invite link and chat with us. Yeah, so keep an eye out for new episodes. I think our next one is topic again, which is Eric's topic.
Yes, sir.
So,
Talk
got
about
it.
movies with practical effects
yeah,
when there's
so
a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
we're going to be diving deep into that one. So I'm excited for that to cap off January here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will see you guys next time. Do not don't freeze to death out there.
Yes, North Dakota sucks. Yeah.
Stay safe, stay
During
warm.
winter.
See
See
you
you
guys
next time.
All of that. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening to my sappy stuff. But appreciate it.
Absolutely.